What's up, everybody? Well, I got another gameplay video for you guys today, and today we're going to check out Ghost of Tsushima again, but this time on that little mini PC, the FIREBAT, with the 8-core, 16-thread AMD CPU. I think it's a 77, it's a Ryzen 7 of some kind. It's got some stupidly long number. If it was just something with like a couple zeros in it, I could remember. But I think it's a 7376 or something like that. I'm probably getting that wrong. Anyway though, it also has a 680M, 16 gigs of pretty slow DDR5 to be honest. It's like 4800, but still, it's not horrible for being under 400 bucks. It was like 360 free shipping Amazon. And it has the ability to have an external GPU installed, and it even has 3.5 gig or 2.5 gig Ethernet. So not too bad for 400 bucks. So I figured, why don't we see how it runs this particular game? When I tried Warzone, it was rubber banding like crazy, just like when I tested Valorant for that one guy. But I think it might have stopped if I would have hooked it up to Ethernet. But I wasn't sure if it was that or the VRAM. But I looked for that VRAM, and I also looked for that 0 RPM mode again, and I couldn't find either one of them. So I guess the thing just has to do its own thing, and I can't control how much VRAM it has. It gets to do that. So it might not even play this game. It might rubber band just like the other thing. And if it doesn't, then it was probably the Wi-Fi all along. Anyway though, going off on a tangent here. Why don't we go ahead, not waste any more time, go hop into the game if it's gonna let me. Well, actually, I need to go get a controller for that. It's not like I can play this game with my freaking mind or anything like that. So, why don't we go and grab that and go have a look at some settings. Well, alright guys, let's have a quick look at the settings here. We're going to do a base resolution at 1080p, and we are going to use some FSR 3.0. I don't like using it, but it is what it is. I don't want dynamic resolution scaling though. Especially not to 30, so let's turn that off, and we're not using frame gen or anything like that. And then for settings, I just wanted like 30-ish FPS on this thing. That's I feel like most people would be okay with if they had such a system. They're not going to expect to play the game maxed out at 60 FPS, so that's what I went for. But hey, maybe it'll do a little better, but hey, maybe it'll do worse and be completely unplayable like Warzone was. We'll have to wait and see. And I did remember to add the little frame time bar graph. So now we can actually see what it's doing. But now, oh, and unfortunately my soundbar decided to die, finally. But it's like 10 years old, so, and it's a Vizio, so I didn't even expect it to last this long. So, looks like a new soundbar, so sorry if the sound doesn't sound so good. Ha! But that is the reason. Soundbar no worky. So, we're to TV Vizio speakers, and it's not like this is a high-end TV, so I tried to tune them a little bit to what I could, but it's not going to sound great. But this is more of a how does it run, more than how does it sound and everything. So, let's go hop into the game now, shall we? Alright, well, I've been sitting here for about 5 minutes and it's still just loading on this screen. So maybe I was a little overzealous with the main resolution. I'm going to try to back out of this, drop it down to 720p, and maybe just turn FSR off altogether and just deal with the baseline of 720p, and then see if it's willing to run. And if not, we'll try turning everything down to low, and if it can't do it then it's probably due to that stupid VRAM thing. It still says 478. So, maybe it just doesn't have enough VRAM, and I can't figure out any way to change it. But, hey, I'm not giving up yet. We're going to go try to mess with a few more things here. Alright, well, instead of jumping right down to 720p, I figured let's just try 900p like we do on the Ally, and see how that does. And we'll also turn VSync off. I didn't notice that, and I had depth of field on, so I'm kind of glad I came back and looked at the stuff. And we turned upscaling off now, and no dynamic resolution scaling either, and we're just using FSR 3 native AA, and no frame gen either. And then for this, I dropped that down to medium. And I think that's about all I changed in here. Besides, oh wait, and I turned depth of field completely off because I don't like that. Didn't even notice that the first time I was cruising through somehow. Or on the Steam Deck for that matter. But, in any case, now let's go see if it wants to load. Or if it's just going to sit there for 10 minutes, swirling the little loading screen again. And if it's going to do that, then we'll try one more time and put it at 720p and just drop everything down to low and see if it's willing to load. And if not, then I guess this thing just can't play this game. Probably due to the VRAM being too low or something. But hopefully it'll just work now. Let's go see. Well, alright. It at least gave me an error this time. It did crash due to have it using more video memory than your system can currently support. So, yeah, I don't think this game is going to work at all. We'll still try lowering everything down to low, but I think it's because of that stupid 400 megabytes of VRAM bullshit. And there's no way to change it on this thing. I don't see it in the BIOS anyway, so unless somebody else has some way of changing it, please let me know. I didn't see it anywhere in the GPU or the settings of the, whatchamacallit. I think it's just called Radeon settings. Yeah, I didn't see it in the Radeon settings either, but I'm going to go take another look if it fails here again before I just completely give up on this video. But, like I said, let's go try 720p in low, but it's probably still just not going to work, but I want to be thorough here. Alright, well, after spending some time researching, I think I figured it out. Well, thanks to the help of some forums. I had to dig in here, so you have to hit delete to get into your BIOS, of course. Move over to the advanced tab. You're going to want to go to AMD CBS. You want to go down to this weird NBIO common options, alright? Then come down to GFX configuration, and then you're going to have to go in, this will be auto standard, and then you can do specified, you can let it figure its own thing, and you can let it be game optimized, or if you're going to use like an external thing all the time, you could do that, but I wouldn't recommend that. That sounds like a, hey, I can't get a picture on my shit, and now it's bricked kind of situation. So I would recommend just doing specified, and then I decided to come down here and pick 4 gigs. Versus 8. 8 on 16 seemed a little bit low. But if you've got one of those ones with 32, might as well just do 8. I mean, for the kind of games you're going to be playing, you're never going to need more than that. Anyway, and plus I don't think I'm going to need more than 4 for the games I'm playing, since it can't really do much more than 1080p in most things. So, with that out of the way, just hit F10. Well, actually, you have to hit thing. It won't let you do shit till then. Then just hit, or what is it? Nope, not F10 on this one. F4 is save and exit on this guy. I'm so used to F10 on everything. So save configuration, hit exit. It should just boot into Windows now. And now hopefully I'll be able to get you guys some footage here. And I'm going to leave all this in. I could just delete all this and just pretend like everything worked all happy and sunshine, unicorns, and rainbows. But we don't do that on this channel. When stuff messed up, we show it. So I'm going to let it boot back into Windows. Hopefully it'll give me a picture. That would be kind of lame if it went and just no longer worked for me, but nope, there it goes. Okay, we're good. Alright, see you guys in a sec. Alright, here we are in the game. So let's just see if it crashes or does any crazy stutters. I might have still been a little overzealous with the graphics, but I was trying to get around 30 FPS without having to use FSR. So we're at like still at the 900p medium settings with some stuff on low. And at least in this building we're okay, but let's see what it's like once we exit. Because I still don't have a sword or nothing. Yeah.
Back inside. Now. How are your wounds? Can you run?
I think so. Where's my sword?
Not here.
You're on here.
I'll take care of this. Please, hide. Oh, don't hurt me!
Shield, woman! Christ!
Ha! Good. Get on. She's smart. Check out, I'm gonna play a little victim. Oh yeah, please take my rice out. Get stabbed in the neck, bitch.
Who are you?
I'm Yuna. You want your sword? Follow me.
I do indeed want my sword, thank you.
How long was I out?
Long enough for the Mongols to conquer half the island. Shh. Not now. Shit. Get down.
Let's move.
This way.
Yeah, see, it looks like it's still dropping a little under 30, unfortunately.
There's nothing we can do for her.
But I can save the others.
So, real quick live, why don't we... I wanted to avoid... Oop, stop that. I wanted to avoid using FSR, but... What if we just turn on a little FSR? I can't really tell a huge difference. Where'd she go now? Okay, there she is. Thank God. I was like, oh shit, she left me. I spent too much time in the graphics section.
Jito, forget him.
Well, so far at least it's running now, so that's good.
Yuna, wait. Lord Shimura is my uncle.
You're Jin Sakai, the Jito's nephew?
I have to know. Did he survive?
I think so. The Mongols took him prisoner.
Where did they take him?
East, along the coast.
Toward Castle Kaneda. They must be holding him inside, celebrating their victory. I could take them by surprise.
You'll be killed.
Or I'll rescue Lord Shimura. Then help him drive the Mongols into the sea. He can contact the Shogun, call for reinforcements.
I didn't nurse you back to health to watch you throw your life away.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, the speakers on this TV are absolute trash.
I couldn't leave you to die. I need your help.
Though I've also heard worse, too. What do we expect on a little cheapo Vizio TV?
And he's the only family I have left.
And I could upgrade it, but I kind of one of those people that's why upgrade it if it ain't broken. Like, the soundbar just broke, so I'll get a new one. But I wasn't going to mess with it till I needed to, but now I need to. Alright, looks like we're more in the 40s now. Much better. Much more playable now. I don't like 30 or dropping under 60 if I can help it, but when I do, I'd rather stay above 30, you know?
Butchers.
Come on, we can't help him now.
Nope. Can't help the dead by being dead myself.
Look out.
Raiders.
Through here.
Move.
Clear the road. If we cross, someone's bound to see us.
Oh, that's for sure. There's a bunch of them.
Oh God. Come on.
It's definitely a little stuttery, that's for sure.
More guards.
We'll take the rooftops. Up here.
Climb roofs. Scavenge battlefields. You're a thief.
When I need something, I take it.
Like my katana.
I traded it for food and medicine.
You what?
Don't worry. We'll find a buyer. Get your sword back. Got a long ride ahead. Take whatever supplies you can carry.
This is someone's house.
And they're not coming back.
Yeah, they're dead. Or captured. So we shall use it.
Through here. The man I traded your sword to lives just up ahead. Taro! Shit. Bastards found him.
Stand watch. I'll search the house. It will answer for it. It must be here.
Some supplies. Oh, did he find it? It looks as though he did.
I'm Jin Sakai, nephew to the great Lord Shimura. And I am no coward!
Your enemy is no match for you.
But
You still lack control.
I was practicing.
With your father's weapon? The sword of Clan Sakai has saved lives and ended wars. Who did this to you?
No one.
I will teach you to defend yourself.
I know how to fight.
Apparently not well enough.
To master your blade, you must first control your emotions.
I can do that, Uncle.
Show me. Let's see what you've been practicing. Try to strike me.
Yes,
All right.
Uncle.
Attack! I'm ready. Try to strike me. Well done. If you'd fought like that, your attacker would not have bruised you so easily.
It wasn't a fair fight.
Imagine he's returned to finish what he started. And he'll use every dirty trick he knows.
Yeah.
How will you defend yourself?
He's big, but I'm quicker. I'll stay out of his reach. Wait for him to get tired. Then drop him with one strike.
Good. A samurai must always fight with
All right,
patience.
good. That's always been my strategy too, since I've never been the biggest and strongest, but I've always been super damn quick and agile.
Now, break through my defenses. Show me Jin Sakai is a warrior of great courage. Break that block with a heavy attack and strike quickly.
Enough!
I yield.
You let me win.
Not at all. If you had the real sword, I would be dead.
Really?
I would never lie to you, Jin. Now for a change, try to block my attacks.
All right.
Now go easy on you. A fine block. Good form.
I'm sore. Can we take a break?
We're not finished yet.
All right, though. I think that's probably
The
enough
pig.
gameplay, so why don't we go ahead and go wrap this video on up. Well, alright guys, that is a wrap for Ghost of Tsushima on this little FIREBAT mini PC. And at first I thought we weren't going to be able to get any gameplay on this thing, but luckily I was able to finally figure out how to change the dang VRAM on it. So I put it to 4, figuring that's plenty. 8 seemed a little too much if I only have 16, because then I only have 8 gigs of RAM for every game. That's a little too little, so I feel like that's, I think, what is that, 12? Having 12 gigs of RAM is plenty. It did an alright job. It was definitely a little stuttery. I think I was still maybe a little bit too crazy on the resolution and the graphic settings. If you're going to play on something like this, it's probably best to just drop everything down to low. And then you probably wouldn't, and also at 720p, and then you probably wouldn't have those crazy stutters anymore. But then it wouldn't look very fantastic anymore, but at least it would probably stop doing that. But still, I'm sure most people would find that pretty playable, especially if you don't have a freaking frame rate counter with a showing you your frame times in the top. When you don't looking straight at it, it doesn't always feel that bad. And it didn't really feel super stuttery, but this thing also does have that FreeSync, but it only works, I think, till 38 or something like that FPS, so we weren't really making any use of it here. It's honestly kind of almost useless on a 60 Hz TV, but it's still cool to have it, I guess. In any case, that is all I got for you guys for this particular video. It's time for us to now move on and see how the Ally handles this game. Now, luckily that I have at 6 gigs of VRAM usage, because I figured 10 is plenty of RAM for that thing. And I don't think it just because you have that much use doesn't mean it necessarily is going to just take that away from your Windows. I'd have to look in the actual task manager to see for sure, but either way, I feel 10 is fine for games and whatnot and just having Windows in the background. But that's why I'd prefer on all these handhelds if I had 32 gigs of RAM, then I wouldn't have to care about any of that. But then that'd be more costly for all the people, so therefore all of them would be more expensive, so I can see why they don't just do that willy-nilly. Anyway, that's all I got. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.